This pandemic has changed the world. Margaret W. Wong and Associates, with over 40 years experience in U.S. immigration law, keeps working for you in the midst of adversity. Offices are in Cleveland, New York, Memphis, Atlanta, Columbus, Raleigh, North Carolina, Nashville, Chicago, and Minneapolis. Look after your loved ones and we'll take care of your immigration needs. Please call us at 216-279-3984. That's 216-279-3984.
Hello, everybody. My name is Juan Carlos Brando, and I am transmitting from Atlanta, Georgia, where one of the offices of Miss Margaret W. Wong is located, and also giving you information about the immigration field. Miss Wong is right now in the city of Cleveland, Ohio, and we do an awesome job, and I really, really love each one of the shows that we can have with her, because she can answer your questions absolutely free, and we are live on Facebook. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope that you can ask any questions that you have in your mind, that maybe you cannot sleep because you don't know what's going to happen with you. You need to know a lot of information, and just before we start, I would like for you to go visit our YouTube channel, where you will find a lot of podcasts where Ms. Wong talks about different topics of the immigration law. This week, tomorrow, we're going to have a release of labor certification podcast, where Ms. Wong is explaining every single detail about that. And you will love to know that if you are a professional and if you are willing to do something related to this labor certification. So thank you so much for joining us today. And please visit her YouTube channel, Margaret W. Wong and Associates. Also on Facebook, we are as Margaret W. Wong and Associates, and also Miss Margaret W. Wong and Associates in Spanish, which is en español. And we're really excited that people are joining us, following us, liking our page, liking our content. And that's what we do. We do it for you because you need to be informed about what's going on in the immigration field. But let's start with this session of questions and answers with the attorney Margaret W. Wong. Good morning or good afternoon, Ms. Wong. How are you doing today?
I'm very good, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. Well, today we have several questions coming in through our people and our audience that are writing those questions. But before we start, how are you feeling right now with this atmosphere of the immigration field in this 2021 year?
Excellent, because right now, a Sixth Circuit, which is Kentucky, Tennessee, Michigan, and Ohio, where I live, they came up with a really great law saying that anytime you have a parallel track of your children are over 21 or your spouse is an American citizen, you can actually admin close the removal case and go over to file the 601A with CIS. If the case is approved, then you can do a motion to terminate and leave the country and come back with a green card. During the Trump era, this could not be done. So we have a lot of these clients who could get a green card because they have no I-94 to show legal entry. They couldn't. So that's exciting. It only happened last week. U.S. Supreme Court also came down with two decisions. Both are not that good, but it's not that bad also. The first case talked about TPS, the Temporary Protection Order, that if you came undocumented with no I-94, you cannot adjust, which always is the law. I don't even know why they accept the case, because it's a very conservative court. So the way to do these kind of cases, so for example, my child have a TPS or my child have daca, then you do a parole, you leave and you come back. Now you're back in legal status. Now you can still get a green card if your spouse or child is over 21 and is a citizen. So that's U.S. Supreme Court. The second U.S. Supreme Court came down is they overruled the Ninth Circuit, which is a huge circuit, which is Seattle, Washington, Alaska, California, New Mexico is huge. So they have more judges than we do. But U.S. Supreme Court actually came down with another not too nice decision, but not too bad also, talking about credibility of the respondents. So for example, I represent someone from Honduras. He or she have lied. or she has speak to the truth. So credibility means that the judge didn't believe us or believe us. Usually, the appeals people, which is the BIA judges and the circuit and district court judges, they normally go with the finding of fact of the IJ. This U.S. Supreme Court is saying that when it comes to credibility, the appeals judges also could look at it and reopen or reclose and see what they say. So it's really not a bad decision. I mean, they always have the authority, just confirmed it. The other great case, of course, you know, is Ms. Chavez on April 29, 2021. If the NTA have no date and time, it really overcomes Sixth Circuit Piera. Maybe Sixth Circuit is trying to redeem themselves. Piera wrote that even though the NTA have no date and time, as long as you already had the first MC master calendar, then it cut off your 10 years anyway. That's Piera. And that's the Sixth Circuit. U.S. Supreme Court now came up on April 29, just a few weeks ago, saying that, well, Piera is wrong. That as long as NTA is no dated time, even though you already had one or the first master calendar, be it you're in jail, you're out of jail, it does not stop or does not have a time stop of the 10 years. So that's very good. So very, very good. So it's exciting. It's an exciting time for us. I've relearned all the things from Obama, from Trump, and now comes to Biden. Vice President Harris is down in Guatemala. I came back already, talking about please don't come up to. So things are moving, which is very exciting, I think.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And today we are starting to receive calls right here live on Facebook. So you can call this phone number 678-650-1248, 678-650-1248, and you can call live right now and ask your question to Ms. Wong. So she will have an answer for you. Thank you so much. And this next question is, hi, Ms. Wong and Juan. I pray you are well. My question is, who's eligible for alternate chargeability besides married couples or spouses? Can the I-130 family relative over 21 benefit from this? My country of birth is Nigeria, but my mom, who is a resident, her country of birth is St. Kitts. My priority date is August 2017. I think is over 21 can benefit from this.
Yes, good question. What they are saying, cross-chargeability, actually they asked the question wrong. What they are saying is, for example, my mom filed I-130 for me in 2017, but maybe she had passed away. Sorry, maybe not. But if she passed away, can my dad take over the I-130? The answer is no, but you can ask for humanitarian reinstatement. That's one of the, probably that's a question you ask. The other question is cross-chargeability. For example, I'm from Hong Kong, which is true. For example, my husband is from China, which is not true. He's also from Hong Kong. Let's assume cross-chargeability in employment means that if my boss filed a labor cert for me, I'm in Hong Kong, but my husband's from China, because China, you have to wait 4 years. Or if my husband's from India, they have to wait 10 years. Then I could bring him in under my priority date and get him a green card. Another example, if I'm from Hong Kong, I married someone from India, his boss filed for him a perm labor cert. So instead of waiting for 11 years, he can use my country of birth. As long as we file together, that's called cross-chargeability. So we can use the Hong Kong place of birth, which is current, which is immediate, use his labor cert as long as we file, as long as we're married and we file together. Another example, if I'm from Hong Kong, he's from India, but I'm in removal proceeding. So, and his quota, my quota open, and we are married, so he cannot benefit from me, because in order to file the 485 together with Hong Kong born and India born, we have to file together. But because I'm in court, so we cannot file together, because my jurisdiction lies with the ICE, with Homeland Security deportation. His jurisdiction, he's not in deportation, so his jurisdiction lies in CIS. So that's not, maybe that's the question. Cross-chargeability means that one person born from Hong Kong or somewhere versus another person born somewhere. How can you cross each other and charging? And the interesting thing is Nigeria, which means that you're not like a lot of people, for example, Vietnam, they have a child born in Thailand because Thailand was the asylum, the refugee place, because in the 1970s with the Vietnam War, they established Thailand in the 80s as a refugee camp for people who ran away, who flee Vietnam to go to Thailand. So these are cross-chargeability. It's really sort of fun because these are very old laws.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And also, I come up with a question. For example, if my mom is applying for me, she files the I-130 for me, but I have a child who is over 21, could this child benefit from my application, or they cannot benefit from
Yes, a mother for child, single child who have another child, if the kid is under 21, you can bring the grandchild in, no problem. But because he's over 21, you don't need to look at a CSPA case, a child protection case. CSPA was started in year 2000, became very hot in the 2000. Our law firm is the one who did matter of when. We won the case, but we lost it on appeal. I never forgave myself. So we really created a lot of issues. That's a CSPA case. So if your mom filed for you and your child is under 21, but now he became 21 and it takes about 4 to 5 years for you to get a green card, you need to look at CSPA, Child Protection Act, to see if the child could join you under grandma, as long as you never married the mother of that child. Because as a married child, it'll take, she has to be a citizen, it'll take about 10 years. Unmarried child takes only 4 to 5 years. That's why don't wait, mothers and fathers, don't wait until you become citizen to file for your child. As long as your child is single, you can file under green card. Divorced, widowed, married, single, not married, but anytime they're not attached to another spouse, you can file an I-130, protect priority date.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And don't forget that the phone number that you can call to make your consultation appointment is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. And also the office of Ms. Wong, Margaret W. Wong and Associates office, will be traveling to Nashville this next Monday, this coming Monday, June the 14th. We are going to be in Nashville, and on the 15th, we are going to be in Chicago, Illinois. So please give us a call right now. These consultations are going to be in person after 1 year and 3 months that we have been locked down in our offices. So please give us a call. Make your appointment for consultation in person in Nashville, 14th of June, Chicago, 15th of June. And the phone number that you can call right now is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. We have another interesting question, Ms. Wong. I filed for asylum. My case was admin closed, and I have had work permit, but it's already expired. Can I file it again, or how can I reactivate my case?
Do not reactivate your case. It's good to keep your case as admin closed for now. Number one. Number two is look at your last work permit, because as long as your case have that stamp, that 589, so depends on, you have a C8 work permit, which means asylum work permit, or C10 work permit, which is for it to be a 10-year cancellation work permit. I would not reactivate the case because you may lose in court. Another thing is, Department of Justice just came down with new thing this morning, talking about good news. If you look at the U.S. ICE web, USICE.gov web, it just started this morning talking about admin closing cases, because under Trump, they won't admin close under Obama. So your case probably was admin closed more than 5 years ago, but now we can re-admin close. So I don't recommend you reactivate. I do recommend you check out the work permit and see if there's a stamp. Then you can go get a work permit for that 2 years. Absolutely extend the work permit. That's stupid not to extend work permit, but admin close the case.
Okay, thank you so much. So this person can file for a new work permit, Ms. Wong?
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's good news. So please, if you need help, call the office of Margaret W. Wong and Associates. Is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. I have a question that is very interesting. I became a citizen of the country of Chile. I am from Venezuela. I entered to the United States in 2019 with my Chilean passport, and I overstayed here. I never left. My question is, now with this TPS possibility, can I file since I entered with my Chilean passport?
That's interesting. Chilean. So you probably enter on ESTA, the 90-day visa. Make sure that you be careful, because anytime you're on ESTA and ICE got hold of you, they have no discretion. So it's not like a tourist visa entry or H-1 entry where you have to fight deportation. ESTA, there's no discretion. Number one. Number two is, that's a very good question, because a lot of even Chinese that went to Venezuela, became Venezuelans, green card holder but not citizen, because they want to keep their Chinese nationality. So say in this case, you did not keep your Venezuelan. So because you enter America on a Chilean, you may not qualify for TPS, but that's only one test. The other tests are, since you come in, have you represented as a Venezuelan? That's a different test standard, because TPS, like El Salvadorians, but El Salvadorians, they don't become Mexicans. A lot of Chinese now are going into Mexico to become Mexican nationals, so it's easier for them to get a tourist visa. So there's a set of tests. If you check the USCIS.gov, they give you a list of tests to see, can you use Venezuelan to file for TPS? I would, because the whole thing is the substantiality test, and see when did you use a Chilean passport, when did you use up your Venezuelan passport.
Okay, thank you so much. So please give Ms. Wong a call. Her phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. That's the phone number that you can call right now, and she will give you more answers to your questions. Sean Patel is asking, is DACA still open, Ms. Wong?
100% open, and file it now.
Okay, please give us a call. 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. I have a very interesting question right now, Ms. Wong, and it says, my brother was coming from Colombia. He's Venezuelan. He lived in Colombia for a couple years, and he was coming through Mexico. He presented himself in the border with the United States, and he has been detained for 2 months already. So I would like to know if to move the case or to push the case, we need to hire an attorney now, or if they will give him the chance to leave the jail, or if there is something we need to do. Please, I need your advice.
These are interesting questions. These are people who came when Biden became president, and rumor is that Biden is going to let people in. But if he did not come with a child, normally right now they're stuck at the border. But the good news is at least they're not kicking him back to Mexico, because there was a time that all people who came through the border went back to Mexico and wait in the winter, in the summer, hot and cold, for their asylum hearing. Because you're Venezuelan, you should win that asylum. I would. And on the other hand, if you have no passport, they cannot also deport you, because Venezuela is stuck in passports. It's such a horrible place now. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you to sit in jail. I would not push the case, because we made a determination to come to America legally or illegally. I would stay in jail. I would not hire a lawyer. I would tell them about the sufferings, not just suffering. You have to file asylum only because of fear of nationality, race, member of special group, religion, stuff like that, the 5 grounds. If you pass the 5 grounds, you would be able to come to America. So number one, I don't know if you have a passport, because if you don't have a passport, a lot of people, they're smart, they don't bring a passport for fear of deportation. If they don't have a passport, they cannot deport you, and Venezuela stop giving passports. Number two, will they believe that you're Venezuelan? Because then if you can prove you're Venezuelan, I could say I'm from Venezuela, right? So if they believe you, you should win asylum. So it's up to you, but I would not leave. I mean, I would just sit there and wait. Somehow they have to take care of us. I mean, at least you get meals 3 times a day.
Yes. Ms. Wong, and I'm getting a lot of questions related to this situation in the border. Many Venezuelans have the information that they could come now.
Right.
And
that's the problem.
What I'm telling them is, please, if you can not do it, it's very, very dangerous. You don't know what's going to happen on the road, on the way, and you may be detained for a while. So this next person just called earlier today, and he said, I came with my cousin and her child. Her child is 19, and I entered, my cousin entered, and her child entered. Her child, who is 19, he was let in, I was let in, and we have to go in front of ICE in August. She has to go in front of ICE in August as well, but she got put a tracker, that thing that they put in your ankle, and they want to know if they need an attorney to talk to ICE to take that away, or if when they go back they need to ask for them to take it out.
There are 3 issues on this case. They're putting a tracker on because they feel that they don't know what to do with us because the child is a little bit over 18, a little bit under 18, so it's no longer a child. They just want to make sure we don't run away. And also remember, our listeners, trackers are controlled by private businesses. Under Trump, they really use a lot of trackers because they pay them like $20 a night to use your tracker. Battery finished, they pay you another third. So federal government's paying these private businesses a lot of money just for every week reporting. People work part-time, full-time, and stuff like that. So so let's be careful about that. That's the first issue. You don't need a lawyer to take off the tracker, but I presume they will, because your first reporting is in August. So I would not, even ask for taking it, because once they trust you and you keep showing up, then they'll take it away. That's the first thing. Because trackers are controlled by, as I said earlier, private business, but ICE has to give the permission for the tracker to be taken out, and don't take it. I have a lot of people who they want a tracker, so they go to a Walmart parking lot and take away the tracker so they get lost, right? So don't do that because it's really not nice. First thing. Second, the issue here is, when can I get a work permit? That's what Biden is saying. Biden is having proposal now going through DOJ, Department of Justice, talking about the new arrivals. They need to look at asylum case by case, but the whole case would be done in 300 days because you cannot get a work permit until after 365 days. Their goal now, and that's why I say try not to come up the southern border, because why pay $10,000, $20,000 to come up and you can't even find the money to pay them back, because they're not going to give you a work permit until after 365 days, but you're going to get a they hopefully will finish your case by 300 days. I don't know. I don't think that will ever happen. There's a lot of opposition to that. In fact, a very famous journalist, Jose Ramos, is saying that. But, as I said earlier, you have to balance. We want all these southern people to come up and not pass comprehensive immigration reform in the next year? See, that's the problem. So everything is about give and take. The third issue on this type of cases is that should we even go to report? The answer is yes. You don't necessarily need a lawyer. You need a lawyer to file the asylum because you have a man, a woman who's not married, and the child who belongs to the woman. So you need 2 asylum cases on 2 589s, and after the 1 year, unless you join an association called CASA or ASAP, then you can get a faster work permit. If not, you cannot get a work permit. So these are issues. So it's not that easy anymore. Years ago, it's just easier. You come up illegally or legally, and then you work the case. Now it's very different.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And yeah, we have a lot of questions related to this. maybe because they think I'm Venezuelan, I will recommend them to just come. And my answer is just what you say. Please, please, please. You don't need to do it. It's very, very dangerous. There are a lot of things that we don't know about what's going on in the southern border. Um, right now, another question is about buying a house. I am from Colombia. I want to buy a house in the United States, and I would like to know if that could be a problem. I want to buy the house to rent it, and that's the main goal that I have. Would it be a problem for me as a tourist?
Okay, so you're a tourist. The question is, do you plan to stay here undocumented for a long time, or what's your future plan? Anytime you came to America as a tourist, and a lot of Chinese do it because they come as a tourist, their children are going to college or high school, so they buy a house so the children can stay here on a student visa. But as a tourist, you have to go back and forth, back and forth. Buying a house signifies immigrant intent. So if you want to leave and come back, if at the airport, you already have that 10-year multiple or 5-year multiple. So it's not a problem. You can always come and go. But in the airport, if they find out you own a land or you own a house or your bank accounts in America, they're going to ask, on this one trip, is your intent to come and work illegally or stay here, or you're going to leave? Because if you plan to come and leave, come and please leave. Who's going to collect the rent from the people? Why pay so much money for down payment or the mortgage of the house when you don't even know if you'll come back next time? So buying a house itself is not the problem. You can always invest. You can always buy IBM stocks. You just cannot work there. It's what's your future goals of this entry, because you're supposed to leave in less than 6 months and come back after another 3 or 6 months. So the question is, will they let us come back next time?
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And yes, this person looks like she wants to buy a house and then rent this house for people that need to lease a house. The thing is the government gonna like that somebody who is outside can get money from a business here in the United States without an investment visa or something? That's really interesting. So thank you so much, Ms. Wong. The phone number is 216-279-3984. 216-279-3984. Don't forget that the office of the attorney Margaret W. Wong will be in the city of Nashville this next Monday, attending you in person, taking care of you in person in these consultations. And the phone number that you can call to make an appointment is 216-279-3984. 216-279-3984. Also, you can make your appointment for Chicago on June the 15th, and the phone number is 216-279-3984. Is 9 cities, 1 phone number. That's interesting. 9 cities, 1 phone number, and you can call right now, 216-279-3984. Ms. Wong, our time is up, but I would like to close if you have any other thoughts about the immigration and to inspire our people.
Yes. I want to thank, number one, for all these people for listening to us. The past few years have been like a tsunami, but we survived it. And I know we're going to start surviving this now. There's a lot of new things coming up, every day something new. So it really gives us some life, some excitement, some fun. And I don't necessarily think we should look at our lives, your life and my life, as something that we should be ashamed about because we came to America undocumented or we have no papers and our kids are grown. That's what it is. You know, it's not necessarily a mistake. I mean, we wanted to come to America. That was years ago, and we're settled here with no criminal record. We filed tax return. So we just have to face it and see how to take care of us. That's all. And good luck. And God
Thank
bless
you so
and
much.
I love you. Yes, it's good.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for your answers, for caring, and for giving so much energy to everybody who wants to get an immigration relief in this country. Thank you so much, Ms. Wong.
Thank you.
And for everybody who has joined us today, it doesn't matter where you come from, you can talk to Ms. Wong. Oh, it sounds good, Ms. Wong. It doesn't matter where you come from. You can talk to Ms. Wong, and she will help you get an immigration relief. The phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. See you next time, and please don't forget that the office will be in Nashville on June the 14th and Chicago on June the 15th. And the phone number you can call to make an appointment is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. See you next time. Thank you.
This pandemic has changed the world. Margaret W. Wong and Associates, with over 40 years experience in U.S. immigration law, keeps working for you in the midst of adversity. Offices are in Cleveland, New York, Memphis, Atlanta, Columbus, Raleigh, North Carolina, Nashville, Chicago, and Minneapolis. Look after your loved ones, and we'll take care of your immigration needs. Please call us at 216-279-3984.